welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Miss Dina. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Te quiero mucho. Thank you so much. Look at my nails, you guys. Look. Oh my gosh. Look how freaking cute. Lily does an amazing job. They are press-ons because you guys know I like to them off because I feel like as I've gotten a little bit older, I need to be able to grip things, and I feel like the nails get in the way. Like anything typing, I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And then I type like this. I don't want to start getting that curve where like your nail bed starts like lifting up, you know, I don't want that. So I love me some press-ons, and Lily did an amazing job. So if you guys are interested in press-on nails, definitely hit up Nailed by Lily. I will have her information linked down below. She does an amazing job. Love them. If you guys would like to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, and hit the bell so that you are notified. And also leave a comment if you want to be part of the notification shout out. All right, loves, I am back. I feel amazing. And let's just get right into it. Let me know what you guys are doing. Look at my drink. I am currently drinking this cute freaking cup, mira. Que bonito. I love it. I want to say thank you guys so much for always showing me love on my other videos as well. It seriously means so much to me that you guys show me support everywhere. It literally makes me so freaking happy. Let me know what you guys are doing, if you guys are eating, if you guys are cooking, if you guys are working, if you guys are driving somewhere. Let me know. If you guys are cleaning, I would love to know. Let me know down below. I like to know all of it, all the cheese-miss. And let me know how your guys' weekend went. Halloween is coming. What are you guys going to be? Let me know down below. I would love to know. All right, you guys. Let's get into it. So we left off where Spice slapped Dash. I was freaking surprised. I was super sad. So many things were running through my mind, but I was plotting. I was plotting because I was like, oh, bitch, you got me. I was so mad that all I could do was cry because of anger and because of pain. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like she was holding a bar of soap and went boom. You know what I'm saying? It hurt so freaking much. So I start crying. It irritates her more that I'm crying, which is so crazy to me because it's like, you just slapped me. What do you expect? You literally just slapped me. So Sugar is trying to calm her down like, hey, because Spice was so angry that I was crying. Like, she was literally bothered by it, which was crazy because I'm like, so I'm looking at her like, cause bitch, like, yeah, I'm gonna cry. So I look at her like, as I'm crying, and she's like, fix your face. And I was like, I can't, because I can't. You just like slapped it. I need a minute to get it adjusted, bitch. Like, come on. I don't know why. I don't know why. As I'm trying to fix my face, I go, so when are we? I couldn't even get it out. Again. And I'm like, it literally took me back to the time where I caught my mom smoking and I ran out of the house and I was like, I hate you. And I ran back inside because I was so hurt because my mom would promise me that she wouldn't smoke. I didn't like my mom doing anything like that. I didn't like her going out to the clubs. I didn't like her to smoke. Little did little Lex know, buckle up, bitch. It was about to get worse. But anyways, I ran out and I was like, I hate you. Ran back inside. I was crying because I was like, how could you lie to me like that? Like, I really thought like my mom's word was like for real, you know, when she said like she wasn't gonna do something. Like, I remember asking her like, please don't have sex with my stepdad, because I caught them having sex one time and I was so traumatized. Like, I literally thought like my mom was never going to touch him again. Little did Lex know. Anyway, so she ran back in the house. It goes 1, 2, 3. Like, my face went boom, boom, boom. Like, she slapped the shit out of me and started cussing me up and down. So when Spice did that, I literally felt like I was like, la 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 la, of memory lane of when my mama did that. So I was not gonna let this bitch hit me again. And so I was like, stop! Like, I screamed like that. An old head comes up and he's like, now, getting between the middle of us. And he's like trying to de-escalate the situation. And I was like, don't touch me. Like, I was so mad because I was like, who the do you think you are, bitch? Like, I know that like sometimes like I let her play a little bit too much into like the older sibling, like a big sis type of thing. But it's like, you really got me up, bitch. That does not mean you get to put your hands on me. Like, who the raised you, bitch? Like, I was so mad because it was like, she should have been saving that energy for, you know, Kimberly or Monica, like any of them. Like, why me? Like, it was just weird. And it really felt like it was really out of pocket because I was like, I was shook. I was shooketh. I really was. I was like, dang. So old head comes in between us and he tells me to go to the back room, go clean up because I guess I look a little ugly. And he tells her to like sit the down. Like, he was pissed. And I don't even remember what she said. All I remember just looking at her and I was just like, I look back at Sugar and I'm like, come with me, because like I didn't want to go by myself. And she's like, no. Like, she shook her head. So I'm like, I don't even want to go to the restroom now. Like, I don't even want to go to the restroom. Like, how am I gonna go by myself? But I get it. Sugar didn't want to leave her sister. It was just like a weird freaking situation. All right, Kimberly goes, I'll go with you, and gets up. And I'm just like, what are you even doing here? What are you even doing here? Like, I wanted to do that so bad, but I was like, because I felt so stupid. Like, I felt so dumb. So I go to the back room and I like wash my face. She slapped me so hard that my nose was bleeding. And Kimberly was trying to like help me, and she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know that she was gonna, you know, flip out like that. Like, I'm so sorry. Starts apologizing and is like, I didn't know. And I don't even really like listen to her. I just like don't want to get AR'd by like all the men in that house. So I was just like going like that like every so often. And she's like, I'm so, girl, let it out. We hear a knock at the door and my gut was like, oh, she's coming to apologize. Nah. She don't get, no, it was Monica. And I'm like, here we go. What I hate is sympathy from bitches who have toxic and then they see get your ass beat and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, bitch, no. Like, no, it doesn't even feel genuine. Like, no. So Monica comes in. She's like looking at me. She sees like a roll of toilet paper. She looks at me, looks at the roll of paper, starts going like that, grabs a couple and gives it to me. Bitch, shove that up your ass. I'm good. She asks me like, I'm so sorry. Like, do you need anything? I like didn't know. And like, she keeps stuttering and I'm just like, oh my God, like, do you want some ice? I had Spice's handprint on my fucking face. I was fucking livid when I really saw it because I thought it was just red. But when I seeing Monica's eyes, when she saw me, she's like, do you want some ice? I was like, I was pissed, you guys. I was pissed. I wanted to stay mad in that like adrenaline feeling because I was like, ooh, she hit me that hard, okay? Like, I was so confused as to like why all of it. Hold on, you guys. I want to show you guys this palette. Look how pretty this palette is. Pretty grand. And we're gonna use it for this look today. It's beautiful. I was pissed, okay? I was like, when I see my face, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to make time go back so that I could have like dodged. I could have retracted what I said so I wouldn't have got hit. I hated when my mind would do this. I hated when I would feel like, oh no, like if I think hard enough, I can go back in time. No, the damn bitch, what's done is done. Move forward. So I am just in there. Like, I don't know what to do. We are in there for so long that even like some of the old heads are like coming in to check in. Like, you guys good? There's one in particular. We will call him Scream, okay? We will call him Scream. He comes in, pops his head in, and he like does the whole like up and down. Are you good? And we tell him, I'm good. He still makes his way in. My body boom, 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 danger, danger, danger. But I'm trying to keep cool because I don't want to be disrespectful, because I'm just like, maybe I'm getting like this because of things that have happened in my past, right? But my body, something is telling me like, alert, 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 alert. It's just freaking the out, where I feel like I'm tingling, feels like I'm vibrating. I hate when I get like this. My face gets fuzzy. I literally feel like I want to cry like instantly on the spot. Like I want to urinate myself. That's how intense these feelings are. So I'm like, guardian angel is saying something. So like, make sure like you're good. Okay, make sure the girls stay in here. You know, stay like, I'm already thinking, I'm already like, okay, all of it. He's asking like, oh, are you good? He like grabs one of the rags, wets it, and he like starts to like pat my face. I'm like, maybe this is just how dads are, and you never had a daddy, so you don't know how like this is and stuff. And I'm like, I'm fine. He goes, grabs my chin, like, oh, she, you know, she did a good one on you, her whole hand, all of it. And like, he's like trying to make jokes, and I'm like, like very uncomfortable. I look at Monica, I look at Kimberly, and they're both like they something, okay, like something, okay. So we're all just looking at each other. He's just like looking at me. I can just smell the alcohol on him. Super buff guy. So like, even if I was like, I feel like he would just like grab my chin right back. So I just like look at my face, and he tells me that if I need anything, maybe we can put some ice on it, and that he's gonna talk to Spice. And I was like, okay. I don't know what to say. I'm just like, all right, cool. Trying to keep it as calm and collective as I possibly can, because again, I don't know, okay? So as I'm talking to him, I go, and a little bit of sangre comes out, blood. And he's like, oh, scoops my ass up and puts me on the counter, okay? Scoops me up and puts me on the counter. Boom, 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 boom. Something's not right, something's not right, something's not right. It could be innocent, right? But there's no need for him to pick me up at all. He could just be like, oh, you're bleeding, you should get that. There's no reason for him to touch me at all. He looks like he's in his early 30s. There's no reason for you to be touching me. The way he scooped me up and put me down, not okay. I look over at Monica, look over at Kimberly, and they're like that, because like even they're like okay, and I'm like, oh, we are in danger, we are in danger. Scoops me up, grabs some of the toilet paper, and he like starts to dab it, and I'm like, oh, I got it. And I just start like fixing it, putting it in there. I shove it in there because I was like, what if I come off like nasty or something, or like, ooh, you know, like when a girl farts in front of a guy, some guys are like, oh, that's nasty, like if we don't like poof, you know what I mean? So I shove it in there, like literally shove it in there. And he kind of just like laughs, and he's like, all right, you need anything? I think he caught the cue. I was like, I'm good. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna go talk to Spice and see what's going on. I was like, okay, cool. As soon as he gets out of the restroom, I hop off. I look at Kimberly, I look at Monica, and they're like, girl, he's just friendly. He just probably thinks you're cute or something. He's just friendly. Because I think they could see that I was uncomfortable. They're like, he's just friendly. Kimberly goes, he's fine. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I have a boyfriend. Monica goes, but you were letting mine entertain you. I was like, I didn't even know that he had a girlfriend. Okay. And we were just having fun, whatever. We stayed in there a little bit. Spice finally comes to the door. She knocks, and when they open it, she tells them, get the fuck out. She goes like, get the fuck out to them. They get out. She comes in. Before she can close the door, Sugar comes in. And it is such a weird, like, because I felt like, okay, I'm in the room with them. What if something goes left? Like, they could just like whoop my ass in here. And it's 2 against 1. They both come in. Spice tries to grab my face, like to look at it, and I just like move from her. And even she is like, ugh. But the bitch laughs, okay? I get laughing when you're like super uncomfortable, but I feel like it was not the time. It was not the time. So she's like trying to apologize, and she's like laughing at the same time. Like she's laughing and apologizing. I was so fucking irked because she didn't even have to apologize if she was going to be laughing. Like if you're going to be laughing, don't apologize, because it just doesn't feel like it's genuine. I feel like you can only laugh and apologize when it's a mistake, okay? But when it's real, I don't want to hear laughing, and I don't want to hear an apology. So she's trying so hard to apologize and explain that she had to because the way I was being disrespectful, and she can't look like no bitch, like she don't got her shit in order. And I was like, I'm not one of your little hoes. Like, that is weird. Like, don't talk to me like that. And she's like, look, I'm trying to apologize and you're not letting me. And I'm just like not even making eye contact with her. And she's like, look at me. When I'm talking to you, look at me. Now, I feel like the only one who could talk to me gangster like that was Tommy. And even Tommy, half the time, I was like, bitch, you know? So I told her, like, look, I'm just trying to leave. Like, with you guys, without you guys, I don't care. I need to leave. Like, this, nah. They both look at each other, and I'm like, what? Because I feel like we were just, like, stuck here. Like, why were we here so long? Like, it was just stupid to me. I felt like we didn't need to be there that long. I feel like I wasn't being told the truth, honestly, of like why we were there so long. I feel like something was up and I was right. She tells me we can't leave yet because something's off. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, we just can't leave yet. Like, they're not letting us leave yet. Sugar goes, I don't want to tell you because I don't want you to get paranoid with your weird ass shit. And I'm just trying so hard to like calm down because I hate feeling like we can't just like up and leave. I start feeling like panicky and I'm like, what do you mean we can't just get up and leave? Like, what do you mean? So without going into too much detail, what they were selling, I guess they were trying to rip off a little bit, and it was more than a little bit, something like that. So Spice was waiting on somebody to bring some other stuff. It's a whole thing. I don't want to go too much into it, but just know we couldn't leave until another person came. We'll call him Bat. Until Bat came. So they weren't letting us leave. Supposedly, the reason why Spice had to make sure that I was in line and that like I was listening to her, yada yada yada, was because one of the old heads, Scream, was very fond of me. Now, this is something that I wish that we can like really have in our brains, where it's like you need to be aware of your surroundings. I feel like a lot of the times it's very easy to get caught up in the moment and want to be like just in the moment, but like there's a lot of stuff happening in the background that like you just never know. There's a lot of conversations that are being had about you that you don't even know. So one of the old heads, his name is Scream, and he is just constantly, I guess, like making eyes, looking at me, smiling at things I'm doing, and I am oblivious to it. Okay, Spice felt like she had to go in like big sister mode and make sure that like I was like in check, and he would see like, oh, okay, like she like listens to her, she's like her sister, like that's someone that she does care for. I don't really know if it's true or not. I was just like more mad than anything. But when Sugar was like, listen to her, I was like, like I was trying so hard, because this is like, the game that they were playing is very dangerous. There's been so many times where like I have seen things go left and it's like, what? I have seen a lot of times where it's like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's my cousin. And like they try to like hook them up even though they're like 15 years difference. You know what I mean? So like I know it can go left. And I had to make sure that like, okay, like to be more aware, because the way that Scream came in, he probably took the opportunity because he's seen that like, okay, like we had like got into a little fight of like, oh, okay, let me go and check up on her, let me go in this. It could have went horrible. Can you imagine if Kimberly and Monica didn't get up and I was just in the restroom by myself? And it's not like if Spice was like, oh, hold up, she like listened to the other old head. It's a lot of men in the house. So I was kind of like freaking out because I was like, oh my God, this just reminds me like when I was with my cousin and I was locked in the basement with some dude, and like it could have went wrong. And I swear to God, my angels were with me that day when I was in the basement with that freaking guy one time. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Make sure that you're looking at everybody, all of that, because you never know who's looking at you. It's very scary. And just like his demeanor and everything, I was like, So I kept trying to go back in my mind, like when I did get up and I did do this, or when I did laugh and I looked over and like they were laughing, like is he the one like that was like making sure that like, you know, they were being nice? Is he the one who called me beautiful? Like I was just like over everything, and I was like, oh my God. But I was telling Spice, I was like, you're whack for that. Like, you're whack for that. And she was like, excuse me? I was like, yeah, like you did not need to hit me. Like, if anything, you could have been like, you know what, we need to go. Like, she's acting up. Or you could have talked to me. Or you could have just kept me right by me. Like, there is no reason that you needed to hit me in that moment. But she tried to explain that she was like just so flustered with like everything. And that it was just like a lot for her. That she knew she couldn't put her hands like on Monica and Kimberly. But it was just a lot. And like feeling that guy, like just looking at her and how like they just did their mess, whatever. And she's like, it just felt like a lot of pressure on her. And she just overreacted. And she took it out on me. And I was like, twice though, bitch. Twice. Like, I was so mad, but I was trying to like listen, and we were arguing in the restroom, and I was like, twice bitch, twice. So I was whispering so like they wouldn't hear too much, and Sugar had turned on the water so like it makes some noise and like flushing the toilet like here and there, because we were so scared that like they were standing by the door. Because have you ever heard like when people walk by and like this like the steps just like stop in that area? And that's what was happening. And so I was scared, and I was like, and I went like this because like she was gonna slap me, it was gonna hit one of them, and I just wanted to block it. I was like, because I want to go home. I don't feel safe. I'm like, okay, this is why we don't go out. This is why. Because it's so scary. It's not really talked about a lot, just how things really can go left. And then if someone forces themselves on you, they can overpower you if like they really are bigger and stuff. Like, a man can just overpower you, period. So you really got to be careful. You really got to be careful. I don't know how many times I've been in situations where things have happened, and I wish and I pray and I pray, and I'm like, I want to go back in time. I want to go back in time. And you can't. You literally can't. And it's done. It's done. And now you're just marked, you know? She's like laughing a little bit, still trying to explain. And I'm like looking at her because I'm like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Because I'm getting really mad. Because it's like, if they really don't want us to leave and this guy is really looking at me, whatever, why are you laughing? Like, why do you think it's funny? And she's like, oh, I laugh when I'm nervous. I'm like, that hard? That hard? And I guess as I'm talking to her, she's like looking at my face, her handprint on my face, and she's like trying so hard to like look away because she wants to laugh. And I'm like, damn, you're sick. So I tell her like she's sick, and she's like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. She told me like I took it like a champ. I'm like, no, don't compliment me, because she was trying to like give me like kudos, and I'm like, So we're literally like in the restroom for a long time, and it gets to the point that one of the men pound hard on the door, and he doesn't say hurry up. He doesn't say like, you guys are good. He's like, what are you guys doing in there? Sugar says nothing, just cleaning her up, calming her down, get out. So we get out, and all three of us are together. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my vibe was a little bit more like, because now I'm like, I wasn't paying attention, and now I gotta pay attention. I got to pay attention now because I was too comfortable, and now I feel like y'all did roofie me. Now I do feel like y'all put something in. Who made the drinks? Who made the drinks? Like, now I'm just like hella in my head now, and I can't calm down. So we go sit down in that table that we were previously. We go and sit down. Scream comes back up. He asks us like, hey, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And he tells me if I need anything. I'm like, nope, I don't need anything. I'm just gonna call my boyfriend. Just so he knows. And he's like, all right. Like, smiles, whatever. Again, very attractive, where it's like, that is crazy. That is crazy how attractive he was. And my brain was like fighting on like, ooh, girl, he's fine. And the other side of my brain was like, no, that is gross. Ew. Yeah, bring on. So double ew. I was trying so hard to act grown, even though I was not grown. So I act like I'm on the phone, and I'm like I call my voicemail. That's like my go-to all the time. When I feel uncomfortable, I'll call my voicemail, and I'll just listen to my old voicemails. Like, I'll just sit there and I'll just listen. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like that, okay? All the time. So I play pretend on the phone for a little bit, and I get a message, and it's from Tommy. And Tommy asks me if I'm good. I was like, oh, okay. I wonder if it was Spice or if it was Sugar. I ran and told them like, hey, I just slapped so-and-so's daughter. Please make sure that you like tell her not to tell on me, because that's what it felt like. Everything good? And I'm like, no. She's like, why? What happened? Tell me what happened. And I was like, you know, because I'm not gonna play these stupid ass games. I'm not gonna play into these games because I am pissed. I'm pissed. My face is still hot. I feel embarrassed. I feel like my asshole is like pulsating. Has your ass ever sweated? Okay, that's when you know that it's like real. When your ass starts to sweat, that's when you know like it just got real. Okay, so I feel really uncomfortable. I'm like shut down. Spice looks over at me and she's like, please don't, like, don't. This is why I didn't want to tell you, like, quit. That's not that far away. We'll be gone before you know it. Quit. And I'm just like, because I can't get over it. Like, you just slapped the out of me. So I tell her, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm really not. Like, you just slapped me. If anything, they think that you have me in check. And that's what I do. And she looks at me and she goes, and Sugar just like trying really hard to like not like make a big deal, not look obvious. Now, since I know Scream has been keeping an eye on me, why do I keep making eye contact? I don't know. It's out of nervousness. I don't know. I don't know if it's like to keep eyes on him, to make sure he don't get closer. I don't know. But I feel like every girl knows that creepers smile or look when you know they are looking at you. Okay, keeps doing that, keeps looking at it, I just keep going. Okay, because like, no. No. I feel uncomfortable. I'm just like, I don't know how you like to feel about this. Like, no. So now since I just got the slapped out of me, Monica is trying to like start up a conversation with me now, and asks me like, oh, what school do you go to? We talk about like, oh, do you know so-and-so? So we kind of know like similar people. I'm like, yeah, I know that person. And it was just like, okay, making me calm down a little bit because I really was on edge. Like I felt like I couldn't calm down because I felt like I had to make sure that like when I was here and when I was there looking at Scream, because now I felt like, what if he just picks me up and takes me? Like that mother picked my ass up and put me on the sink. Like I'm telling you guys, it was just like, if it was like nothing, all right? Like this is me, and just boop, just pick me up like nothing. And I was just like, I was so confused with feelings, like so confused, or I was like I know that's a no-no, but like the way, and it just kept like replaying in my head, and I was just like, two sides of my brain were fighting. No. Yes. No. Yes. It was weird. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It was weird. So we're just still sitting there like trying to like, okay, calm the situation. I am still really mad. I'm still really, really mad. And I'm not really telling Tommy much because I'm just like, watch until I tell my mama and tell her everything. I hope that she's still in her crazy state so that she can be some ass. Okay, I'm like looking at my phone here and there, and I hear, you good, shorty? I look up and it's Scream, and he's telling me, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Monica looks back at me and she kind of just like smiles, and I'm just like, no. Like I'm telling you again, devil and angel, okay? In my head. Sugar looks at me and she's like shakes her head like that. Like I look at her and I'm like, because I'm not doing anything, just answering him. So we still are just waiting. Spice is like typing away at her phone, and she tells me like, okay, Bat is like 5 minutes out, and then after we can leave. And I'm like, okay, good, because I don't want to be here no more. So as we're still sitting there, we're like talking amongst ourselves, talking to Kimberly and Monica. Like you could just tell like the vibes are like down since I got bitch slapped. As we're just like sitting there, Scream comes over and he has a cup and he's like, here, some apple juice. I'm like, oh no, I'm good, I can't have any more apple juice, like I'm good. And he's like, what? Like that's really rude. When someone brings you something, it's kind of rude to like decline it. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. So I grab it and he's like, cheers. I'm like, no, like I don't want to drink anymore, like I'm good. I'm just waiting to go home. And he makes the joke of like, oh, you think I put something in it? Like that. And goes off. Sugar looks at me and goes like that, and I'm trying so hard to like keep it cool, and I'm like, no, I didn't say that. So then he turns around and he goes, shorty thinks I put something in her drink. They're all like, what? Like, you know, it was just like really weird, where it's like, this is awkward. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. And he goes, oh, that's cute. You didn't need to apologize, but what are you going to do to make me feel better? I was like, nothing, because that's weird. Like, that's so weird. Monica goes, that's weird like that. Because it is weird. Like, what are you doing? He doesn't even acknowledge her. He asks again, so what are you going to do to make me feel better? And I'm like, nothing. Like, nothing. Like, I said, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. He laughs and he's like, we'll figure it out later. Like, we'll figure it out. No, we won't. No, we won't. So at this point, I look at Spice and she looks at me like her eyes are just super big. Her eyes are telling me so much without telling me nothing. So, off, okay? I am super weirded out because even though he cute, he could be my dad, okay? He could be my dad. So we're kind of just like still sitting there. I'm replaying what just happened in my head over and over because why? I don't know. I always do that. I always replay everything back in my head. Like if I could have said something different, if I could have made a different face. I'm always over analyzing everything that I could have, should have, would have done. And it drives me insane. Okay? Insane. So Bat was not no 5 minutes out. He was out. Okay? 20 minutes passed and I'm like, my stepdad is now threatening to call my mom, which I was like, call her. I don't care at this point. Call her. I don't care. And I feel like the only reason why he really cared right now was because I wasn't home with my brothers. If I was home with my brothers, he was like probably like chilling. He'd be good. So we hear a knock at the door and I start to get up because I'm like, oh, it's Bat. I don't know what I thought. Spice puts her hand on my hand like sit down. And in walks this really, really, really attractive group of women. Like gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, and I'm just like, because they are beautiful, sexy, hot, like beautiful. Chi-chi's all out, big old booty, like gorgeous. And I'm just like, I'm stuck. Okay, I am stuck. I hate when there is a pretty woman around me because I tend to stare too much like a guy, okay? Like a creep. I'm just like a lot. I don't know why. Like I can't help it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just like, one of the women, she is again just like, I'll put the girl's picture here of who she looked like, okay? Walks in, does a whole hi everybody, like that, really cute. Hi, walks right over to scream. And I'm like, yep, she would. So as she's walking, the whole time I'm thinking like, damn, this bitch is fine. Like she is like, I'm playing for the other team. She was so hot. I was just like, god damn, like beautiful. Like even the makeup, like everything, it wasn't too much. She was just gorgeous. Like I don't know how to explain it to you. I was just like I was staring so hard that like Sugar started to giggle. She was like, I know, huh? Like it was just like, like I did not know they made women like that. I was just like, ah. So she walks over to scream, puts her hand around his neck, and she just starts giving him kisses, and he just starts like caressing her and everything. And I'm just thinking, what a dog, perro, what a dog. Vice looks over at me. It just gives me the whole. I'm just like, damn, this bitch got a lot to say, but nothing coming out of the mouth. A lot to say, but nothing coming out. Like it was so annoying, all her little stares. Like I really wonder what she thought she was doing with all that. The whole, like, bitch, look away from me. I can't wait till Tommy slaps the shit out of you. Look away from me. So time's still passing, chit chatting. It is getting so boring, and I'm just like, I should have never came. Like for real, I should have never came. This is stupid. This is dumb. I don't know why we're here. It is so dumb. So Monica ends up leaving. She has to go somewhere. Don't really know. She says her byes. Jeremy stays behind, and I make sure he stays the away from me. Like, just stay over there, dude. Don't get close to me. Don't get crazy. We're still waiting, and Spice is calling Bat, and she's like telling him to hurry, that where's she at, that she just looks like she's talking out of her ass, and she looks very like paranoid, like very like, oh, she keeps going to the back and then she comes to the front, keeps going to the back, keeps coming to the front, and it just seems like nothing good is going to come from this. Like, it's just, she bit way too much off to chew, and she shouldn't have been trying to like do all this if this was gonna happen. Now, I'm not gonna give all the details, but we shouldn't have been there. So Scream and his girl, we will call her Nars, okay, because she's from out of this planet. We'll call her Nars. They now sit down at the couch and they are like tongue down each other's throat, okay? They do not care that a bunch of minors are right there. They're tongue down throat, grabbing everything, space all up in her boobies, everything. It was just like soft peel, and we were just right there. It was crazy. Like, I kept like giggling out of like discomfort because I was like, get it, girl. Like, it was just crazy. Like, the things I have seen at parties like this, yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. It was a lot, okay? It was just crazy, and a lot happened that he did to her while we were right there. It was insane. You could tell he was like trying to show her off at the same time, but it was like, sir, we do not need to see all that. Ma'am, I don't need to see that either. But it was uncomfortable, but it was like funny. I don't know why. I was just super like giddy. Like, I kept like laughing because like of how into it they were, and it was like, y'all could go to the restroom, literally. But I think he wanted his homies to see that like he had Nars like that. I have no idea. Like, hand inside her butt area, like doing stuff. Like, it was intense, where I was just like, the boys were just like head down looking and like smiling. It was a show, y'all. I was just like it was crazy. They were like hecka having fun. I was like, I don't think we're supposed to be seeing this, but please proceed. Just kidding. But like, no, for real, it was crazy. So anyways, so still waiting there. Now Nars is on the couch by herself. She's kind of like trying to ask us questions now. Like, bitch, we just, okay, go on. Go ahead, ask us some questions. Like, at this point, we all friends. So she's asking like, oh, who do you know? Who's this? Who's that? She tells me I look similar. I hate when people tell me that, because I probably know my mama. You probably know one of my uncles. Probably know somebody, and I wish you didn't, because I don't associate myself with them. Just kidding. My mom, I always like, yeah, that's my mom. My uncle is not so much. So anyways, she's asking us questions, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the daughter, da, 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 da. She's like, I think I know your mom. I'm like, I don't know, maybe you do, maybe no, I don't know. And just like having like light conversation. Scream comes over, he has a drink, and I don't know why my dumbass goes like this, because I'm thinking it's for me. I don't know. She kind of laughs, and he's like, what? You know, you can't have any of this. And I just like looked at him, like, he immediately looks uncomfortable. Like, immediately looks uncomfortable. And as he should. So I just like sit there. She's like laughing. She's like talking to me like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And I was like, thank you so much. I was talking to her about the ex and stuff. And she was like asking me lots of questions. And that I was too young. That I should be reading books. And you shouldn't be here. That was pretty much like a trap house. Like, what are you doing here? And I was like, what are you doing here? Like, I was really flirting with the girl. Like, I was really thinking I was doing something. I wasn't doing squat, Jade. Knock it off. Right now. And it was just a good conversation. Sugar and Spice had to keep calling me. And I was like, 1 second. Because I was just like zoned in on her. Okay, she was just, I don't know, she was pretty. She had a light about her. Okay, I don't know what it was, but she had a light about her, and I was just like talking to her. The boys were scared to talk to her, but I think because of Scream, which probably because she was pretty. We hear another knock on the door, answer it, and it's finally Bat. Okay, finally Bat. I get up again. Like, where do you think you're going? You think like just him walking through the door it's gonna be taken care of? no. So I get up and Spice is like, sit down, like that. And I get hot all over again because I'm like, oh, like, you're gonna do this again? Like, it's so annoying. Like, I hated how she really acted like she was like, you know what I mean? So I sit down because I listen. And as I sit down, Sugar and Spice go to the back with Bat, Scream, and some other old heads. Now, Nars asks me if, like, that's your girl? And I was like, no. And she's like, why shocked you like that? And I was like, cause she's like a sister. Oh, okay. I thought you guys were like a thing or something. The way she was like staring at you while you're talking to me. And I was like, no, that's like my sister. And she's like, oh, okay. So they finished what they were doing. Takes like, let's say like 10 minutes. Super heated. We could hear like some like loud talking. It was really scary, you guys. Really, really, really scary. So when Spice comes out, she like literally like grabs me so dramatically. All she had to tell me was, let's go. But I think she's not good under pressure. Like, I think that's what it is. She's not good under pressure. So she grabs me by my arm and I say bye to everybody. Make sure to say bye to Mrs. Nars. And I'm like, bye, because I don't know what happened to me. Okay? I don't know what it is. I was like, I was hypnotized, okay? I really was. Said bye to everybody else. Jeremy tries to be funny again, like, so what about that MySpace? And I look back, he smiles. It's just all fun, whatever. So as we're walking out, she could not click the elevator buttons quick enough. Like, it's super like panicky. She's clicking them really fast. And I try to ask her a question. Shut the f up. Like, she is just super like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Like, so we get out of the elevator. She's trying to get her keys. We get in the car and it's just like silence. Okay, silence. I don't even know if we walked out with Bat at the same time. Like, it was just super fast. He made it out safe. Okay, don't worry. It was like super like quick how quick she needed to leave. Like, she could not get out quick enough. She was super like paranoid. It was like intense, where I feel like honestly she bit off way too much than she could chew. I'm not gonna go into all the details like I said, but still feel like it was just too much, too quick. She was trying to be a hustler and it hella backfired. And she's a girl, so I feel like that alone, they don't really take women serious, you know what I mean? So we drive for like a hot minute, no talking, no nothing, like silence. Sugar tries to ask a question. She's being told, shut the f to. Like, she is like, I just need to fucking think. Like, she is just, she needs to think. So we need to shut up. So we shut up. Sugar messages me and tells me that if I'm gonna tell Tommy what happened. And I tell her, I think Tommy already knows. She's like, what do you mean? I tell her that she texts me and stuff. I thought she had told him. And she's like, no, I think Spice told her. She tells me like, what are you gonna say? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, what do you mean you don't know? I'm like, I don't know. So it got really weird because I didn't tell her like, oh, I'm not gonna be no snitch. So it got kind of weird, super weird. I noticed that we're driving out like even farther than what we already were. And I asked because I need to know what we were doing because I need to go babysit. It's hella late. We were in there for like ever. It felt like we were stuck in limbo in there for a good minute. And so I asked, like, where are we going? Stops the car, turns around. What the f is your problem? And she's like yelling at me. I go more into the back of the seat because I'll be damned if you think you can hit me, bitch. I'll put my foot up. Like, no, I need to know. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, it's normal to ask, like, when we're gonna go home. Like, I want to go home. And she looks at Sugar like, I told you we shouldn't have brought her. I told you I needed to do blah, 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 blah. And she tells her like, well, it is getting late, Spice. Like, we were out for a minute. Like, we can't be having her out this late. Like, what are you talking about? So she's trying to tell her like, I'm not out of pocket. Like, I'm not out of pocket. So she keeps telling her like, you're tripping. Like, did you drink some of the juice? Like, you are crazy. Like, what's going on with her? She starts to cry and she's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, she is just hella overwhelmed. And I'm just like, come get your girl. Come get your girl right now. So we ended up parking on the side of the road and they are just chilling, talking for a minute, having a little moment together. And I am just like sitting there like, I need to be careful because what if something happens and they're like, get out and just leave me there. I just keep getting like overly paranoid about every single little thing because I'm like, what if they're like, get out, I get stranded there. Been stranded before with a friend, so you know. I turn off the heater so that you guys don't hear the in the back, but I think tomorrow I'm gonna leave it on. So we eventually get to all talking and we go and get like a little snack, and Spice is like admitting that she was like way over her head, that she doesn't know what she was thinking, blah 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 blah. So she admits that, and we're like, oh, like, you know, like it happens. I've always been scared of like doing stuff like that because people do not play about their stuff. You know what I mean? Chili bang. So she's like kind of making fun of me, Spice, because how I was acting towards Nars, that you could totally tell like I was girl crushing. And I was like, well, yeah, did you see her? She was freaking gorgeous. And she's like, what's the difference between Scream? And I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't really know. But she was cute. She's like, you need to go with someone closer to your age. I'm like laughing with her. She's like, you know, someone like around my age. I start to laugh and I'm like, yeah, maybe. And Sugar is like, who, you? Are you recruiting yourself? Who, you? Like laughing, you know? And she doesn't think it's funny. She like gets so like offended that like we're even laughing. And I'm like, oh no, like you're like a sister to me. She did not think that was funny. She was like, I'm like, especially because you put your hands on me. Like, I am not gonna have a girlfriend put her hands on me. Like, are you kidding me? No. And I'm like just laughing. So is Sugar. So what I think is funny, I guess, is not funny to Spice. Like, she does not think that it is funny me telling her that. But like, honestly, I could not see her like that. Not because she was ugly or anything like that, but because like she for real laid her hands on me. Like, what? You, no. And you just don't just like anybody and everybody. And it was just like hypothetical. We were just playing. But she took offense to it. Me and Sugar are laughing and I was like, what? Like, you gotta be playing. Like, I didn't even know that you know, go that way. I don't even go that way. Like, I'm just playing. Like, it's just a girl crush. So it was just like all in fun. I was just like, we were just like joking around. I thought they were like gonna make fun of me. Well, Sugar was making fun of me, you know? Like, she thought it was funny how I was like, oh my God, but she really was pretty. And Sugar goes, I didn't know you liked older women. And I was like, I'm not even gay, y'all. Like, I'm just saying, like, she was hot. Like, we can have girl crushes. She's like, nah, I was like, oh, well, then I guess it's just trauma. I was like, because she like low-key reminded me of Voldemort. I know that's some like Jade, I know, but it was just, she was just like the 2.0 version of Voldemort. So, you know, and she starts to laughing because they know a little bit about them, you know. Spice doesn't even think it's funny. Like, she is just annoyed at this point. Like, she's not hee-haw with us. And I don't even think it's because like she liked me or anything like that. Like, on some real, I just think people get offended when you tell them like, oh, if I was, I wouldn't go for you. People get really offended, I've noticed, when you say that. Like, I've seen like girls who are like completely straight get their feelings hurt when their friends go, yeah, but not with you. What? Why? Like, I don't know why. I don't know why some girls get so hurt. And I think that's just what it was. It wasn't on like, oh, I like her. No, it was just, she was solely just like annoyed that I like said no. That like I didn't see her like that. Like, you could just tell like it irked her. Me and Spice just kept looking at each other and kind of just like laughing because it was just kind of like funny to us. Like, how she was so annoyed by it, and it like really was not that serious. And then she tried to make me feel bad that I had a crush on an older lady, and I was just like, okay. Like, okay. I didn't know what to say besides okay. Like, okay, it's weird. Okay, I got trauma. Okay, maybe, you know, I don't know. Like, it's just okay. So me and Sugar are just talking, and we're not even paying mind to Spice anymore because she just has like a little attitude. Like, if anything, her ego is just hurt. And she goes, I don't even like you type of bitches anyways. And I was like, okay, cool, because we don't like you either. And like, it was just like, you know, it's just funny, whatever. I wasn't thinking about like, oh, be careful because you're gonna get hit. At this point, like, if she would have hit me, it's like, bitch, you're just mad. Like, you're just mad. And I feel like she kind of I think she's the one who told Tommy, so she already knew like, okay, I can't touch her again, maybe, I don't know, but that's just like the vibe that I got. Still feeling kind of like fuzzy from the party, and we're just talking a little bit more about like the party and stuff. They're telling me like I gotta be careful, I gotta be aware of my surroundings, and like we're pretty much talking about Scream, like about like how he was a dog and stuff like that. That like, imagine if he would have like took you to the back room or something and she would have came in, like it would have been crazy, blah, 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 blah. And just pretty much like, be aware of your surroundings, Jade. And I was just like, yeah, like that was crazy. Like it literally felt like unreal. So at this point, I'm texting my stepdad and I'm telling him like, I'm not gonna be back home. Like I'm not, and that he was gonna have to figure it out. I don't know why I got so like ballsy, but I was just like, figure it out, bitch. Cause I did not want to miss the chance to be with the Peaches. Cause I was like, okay, if we spend all night, I gotta be at the Peaches like, you know, at this time, I still have like this amount of hours. Like I'm still good. I just won't be able to see my brothers. And maybe my mom is right. I gotta let him figure it out. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. So I text my stepdad that, and then within like a couple minutes later, I get a message from my mom. She's asking, where am I? I tell her I'm out. She goes, no shit. Where? I tell her by a tree. She starts getting more mad with me and telling me why. And I'm like, why? Did the little bitch boy go crying to you? She tells me to knock it off. That where am I? That she's gonna have him come get me. And I'm like, ew, no. So I start getting the attitude with her, and Spice and Sugar are like, all right, let's go. We're gonna go to the next spot. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not even tripping at this point because I'm like, yeah, he should be able to figure it out. Like, why am I over here stressing about stuff that like he should be figuring out? So I'm like acting like I don't got a care in the world. I'm like, yeah, let's go, let's go. So we go farther out. This run is not even hard. We go in, spend a little bit of time, hi, talk to people here and there, and we are out within like 30 minutes. I kept getting peer pressured to like take some of these pills, and I'm like, no, I'm good, because I was still feeling kind of like loopy. Like it felt like I was like in and out, in and out. It felt really weird. Like it felt like I was in the moment, but it literally felt like I was like walking past everybody and everything was like in slow motion. I couldn't snap out of it. And Spice kept scaring me because she kept saying they put something in my drink, that they put something in my drink, that I should be good by now. And I'm like, I don't know, they're your friends. She keeps looking at Spice, and it's kind of freaking me out because I'm like, did they put something in my drink? Oh my God, did they? Is that why the bread didn't work? Is that why? And I feel so like in out of it. I'm talking loopy AF. My mom calls me and me and her get into it. I start like screaming at her psychotically in the phone, like, what the fuck you gonna do, mom? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do, mom? And then you have people in the background like, hey, don't talk to your mom like that. You only get one mom. Respect your mom. Shut the fuck up, bitch. And so I still keep arguing with her. And she's telling me that she's gonna have him pick me up to let her know where I'm at, that I can't just be doing whatever the f I want, blah, 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 blah. So I'm still arguing with her, still telling her, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. You're not gonna do anything. She's not gonna do anything. Like, what is she possibly gonna do? Come home? Cool. I did it, boys. I got mom home. But she gonna come home? No. What you gonna do? Nada. You're not gonna do anything. Cause where are you? Where art thou, Romeo? Where's my mama? Who knows? And then she tells me, I've been home. What do you mean? Like, you are lying. You're lying to me. You're lying to me. I'm like, you just want me to go home? Like, you're lying, you're lying. She's like, I'm home. Just let me go pick you up. And I was like, why wouldn't you come pick me up? Like, why wouldn't you come pick me up? It's because you're lying. It's because you're lying. We finished with that run, and then we're going towards where my stepdad lives, that area, back to like home area. So we go to the third area. It looks familiar. I'm like, okay, things are gonna start wrapping up. We're gonna start going home. This is the last one. We got off and I recognize a car, and I'm like, that looks familiar. We go inside, everyone's having a good time. They know it's Sugar and Spice. Hey! And it's like, okay, cool, cool. Everyone is like, you know, talking, all of that. I'm just standing there, just waiting till like they finish up, or like, you know, get a little bit comfortable with the little area. And I feel someone just my ass. So as I'm like, hey, it's Bunny. So I'm like, oh, hey, friendly face. I know Bunny. So I'm like, oh, you know, talking to her. Spice looks at me, give her the thumbs up because she looked pissed. Like, what the f is going on? And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, Sugar looks over at me like, all right, cool. They go to the back. Me and Bunny are just talking, letting her know like about the freaking crazy ass night that I had. Told her I'm feeling kind of like, like loopsy, like, a little bit. She's like, yeah, your drink probably got spiked. she's like calming me down, and it's not like she's like freaking me out, but she's like calming me down, like, you probably did, like, you're probably gonna feel like for the next couple of days, like, girl, it's so scary. We're catching up, having a good old time, and then I hear someone scream, Alexis, like crazy, and like my fight or flight kicks in, because I'm like, who the is calling me like that? I look over and it's Tommy. It's Tommy. The car, when I was like, oh, that car looks familiar, it's Tommy. And she is livid. I walk over to her and she like asks me what happened, how'd the night go? And I'm like, good. She's like, I'm asking you how the night went, what happened? And I'm just like, in my peripheral, I could see sugar, and she's like that, K. And I'm like, what? She's like, and she's going to turn to see like who I'm looking at, and sugar's just like that. All right, you guys, I'm gonna end it there. I love you guys so freaking much. Besos a todos. I hope you guys enjoyed the makeup look. I was trying to do something different, a little bit more out of my comfort zone. I like it, especially with the contacts. Freaky deaky. All right, you guys, I love you guys so much. Besos a todos. Let me know if you guys enjoy story time. If you guys enjoy story times, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already to keep updating my videos, and I'll see you guys in my next story time. Bye.